Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 178 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of February 26th, 2022. I'm your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me I have two firemen, that'd be Nick Wakefield and Jared Cole, one horseman, Dean Massara, returning once again, and Ryan Lobner, back, also known as 2026 Productions, or what was that other name that you said? It was
Renbonnier.
Yeah, there you go.
The Charminator.
Yeah, if you like, I can see you like working at like Target or something and having that written as one word on your name tag, just for the hell of it.
Wait. Renbonnier?
Renbonnier.
Yeah, Renbonnier. It's Ryan Lobner backwards. And the thing is that I had beef with the group, and they hated my guts, and so I just reversed my name. They didn't know who I was. It was great. Did
you have to send in like an audition tape?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well that's perfect. That's perfect because that means you got the job based on your skills and not by what they thought of you.
I know, it was fantastic.
Anyway,
I love Rails Highland Valley.
Anyway. Oh God, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Man,
it is still there.
I wonder why there was beef.
Yeah.
Anyway,
now you get it.
Anyway, it's a podcast. We got to get to the class of mental responsibility and a whole load of discussion topics. Beating somebody up at 3713, trolley buses, and the whole 9 yards. But the train will terminate at this station. Who wants to introduce where we are?
We are currently... Oh, yeah.
Or no.
Ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are here in the glorious Flagstaff, Arizona, where literally nothing happens except desert whirlwinds, I think.
It's snowing.
I don't know, I'm pretty sure Arizona's fake.
I don't know, there's snow on the ground, Brian. We get snow.
Do you?
Yes, I'm
sure.
There's snow on the ground.
Are you sure? Can you confirm that Arizona is real? Yes or no?
Yes, I can. I am in Arizona presently.
Can we confirm that you're real?
Avenger, and welcome to my apple eating.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
My name is Nick, and welcome to Train Podcast ASMR.
All right, I'm glad this is what we're doing today.
Can I do a chaotic energy?
Can I do a class of mental responsibility, please? Thank you.
Yeah,
only if you do it as in ASMR.
No, I'm not doing that. I shut up and let me do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the class one
mental responsibility. I'm gonna hold on. Actually, I'll give you the worst honor I can bestow. 1 point. Anyway,
damn.
Canadian Pacific is the former holder, but I think it should revert back to them. We'll get to that in a minute, because we gave BNSF the mantle for saving a random person last week. Or last fortnight, really. And then they immediately crashed. They immediately derailed a train, like that same day.
We love to see it.
Yeah, so they had a derailment in Denver on February 12th. Nobody else had anything else around there until 3 days later, CSX pushed a truck into parked cars in Grange. This was on the virtual railfan camera, which it's kind of funny, but at the same time, like, I feel bad because some innocent bystander's car got wrecked, and this person was just... No, they turned the corner and they're face-to-face with the train, and they panicked, and eventually the train ran into them. But
hey, isn't the speed limit around there only like 10 mile an hour?
It is really slow, yeah. It was like the steamroller scene in Austin Powers. He had so much time to just put it in reverse and get out of the way, but...
He was freaking out and like panicked.
Anyway, BNSF 2 days later then piled up a buttload of cars in the middle of nowhere, west of Frazee.
Fantastic.
Not sure
you
where
and
that
your
is.
Northwestern names, you.
Yeah, and then...
Damn, I guess you could say that's crazy.
And then CSX had a crash in West Virginia at Shenandoah Junction. Train versus vehicle. I like how it's always versus. I do that too, but it's like train versus vehicle. Who wins? This isn't Cuphead.
This isn't YouTube clickbait.
Yeah.
This isn't YouTube.
Train hits.
Actually,
What? And
Wait,
what?
fuck.
What were you
I can't hear
saying? You're on the spot
I'm
now.
eating a green bean. Okay, I was going to say, sometimes casualties should be, maybe treated a little more seriously. Train versus car, train wins. Dear
Yeah,
God.
train versus car, train wins, just like always. Stop me if you heard this one before. But anyway,
No.
a train hit a beverage truck. This was NS in Tifton, Georgia. That was on the 20th. The following day,
What kind of beverage truck?
I don't know. The following
That
day,
is unfortunate.
a UP train derailed near Coolidge, which is in Arizona, allegedly. The following day, oh wait, sorry, this actually was the same accident. This was the same accident. So they only had one, but those two were going to be next to each other with different dates. The articles came out on different dates. Also on the 21st, CSX had their third of the period. Technically, this wasn't their fault, but a rail grinder hit a stopped CSX train.
Oh dear.
Bro.
Yeah, I don't know how you manage that. Yeah, it was a Lorem rail grinder crashed into a stopped CSX train. 3 people were injured.
No one die?
No one died. Although, non-life-threatening injuries.
All right, that's good.
Then on the
Does this KCS derailment really count, considering it was KCS to Mexico?
I don't know, but we counted it.
Valid.
Does any of this really count? Nothing here matters. We're not doing anything important. Anyway, on February 3rd, somebody spotted a BNSF train with 5 units on the lead, and the third one was on fire, and it was just moseying along.
No, he was just no. He was not on fire. He was just being creative.
Yeah. A very
Being
creative and
creative.
flashy paint scheme.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, they're really taking flamin' fast service to new peaks.
And then we have possibly the funniest one, thanks to this this video from Chesterton, which is the units on the front of the train speeding off into the distance. This is NS, and then the train following along 10 seconds behind, slowly rolling into frame and stopping. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know, they probably broke a knuckle or something.
Yeah.
But man, did they gun it away from that train. This has happened to me in Roads Online a couple times.
It's just a
Well,
flying
it's-
switch,
yeah.
but with
Well, I
on
was going to-
steroids.
Well, I was going to say, isn't that like standard operating procedure to make sure that you get ahead of your train so that if it continues to roll, it doesn't like potentially run into you at more than 4?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the right thing to do.
That's
It
a
just
lot of
looks
units.
really funny. And so, yes, the mantle does
absolutely.
fall back to Canadian Pacific. Immediately, I might add. Like, within the day, it fell back to Canadian Pacific. All of these incidents and accidents are going to be in the cargoes, and you all can take it away because I forgot to make a cargo stock. Let me go do that.
Amazing.
I love Givos on Stags.
We are getting plenty of those.
Everybody loves Jeeves on stacks.
Well, there's a reason we're on this camera. Hopefully it'll make itself apparent sometime during this. But what's everyone been doing the last couple weeks? Take it away, folks. That's what I meant. Van
Working.
I'll start. Run 8 version 3 came out.
Foamer.
Super fun. Totally recommend it. I'm gonna make Ellis put a link in the cargoes.
Okay.
Super fun. This is not a sponsored ad at all.
I wish.
But I've been playing a lot of that lately, and so it's fun. I recommend you get it if you want to simulate modern ops. Which,
I mean, it's
or
only like a
dispatch and
gajillion dollars,
other-
right?
Yeah, it's only like a gogillion dollars.
No, seriously, how much is it?
Well, the game is 50
Okay,
plus DLCs.
it's a lot of damage. The DLCs are
Yeah.
also like 40 a piece or something. They're super expensive.
I was going to say this makes Railworks look like pennies.
Yeah, the only thing is there are a lot fewer of them for Run 8. And they all are back to back, so there's a reason to get all of them if you don't just want to run.
Right?
trains
Yeah.
around
I
the
mean,
world. But
there's a reason to get them.
what are the biggest advantages in V3 over V2?
So, let me. There was a lot. So a lot of it was there was quite a few quality of life updates. So, let me open the changes doc. Hold on, I can link this too. Just a second.
Okay.
This is like all the changes from V2 to V3, but I'll go through some of the notable ones. It's still as is with any release game. There's still some stuff there's still some kinks being worked out, but we can do so. You can have units fail now, so you can say, for example, blow your traction motor,
Oh,
blow an alternator. It won't like show up, but it'll just say you've blown your traction motor. Um,
No,
or
that's a shame.
Like,
you've
you
blown.
can't hear it, but
Can you overheat?
But it'll tell you.
You can overheat, yeah. And then
Ooh.
what'll happen is like if you're going up to hatch B at 17 miles an hour in notch 8, your engine will overheat, and then it will notch itself down to resist from overheat. You can do manned helpers now.
Oh, that's
EOTs,
sick. Man,
EOTs,
helpers is cool.
EOTs work. You have battery powered and air turbine EOTs. You can do and you can also put like flags in. You can put flares in at night in the couplers and EOT.
that's cool.
They have
What?
turntables
That's
work
awesome.
now. So the turntable in Los Angeles works now. Shadow's got an update. Barstow Yard was made bigger.
Don't forget the new lighting system too, like headlights.
Yeah, the new lighting
actually
system. There's a super new AI dispatching.
auto
Oh,
hump
they took our
yard.
jobs.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't
but
work
auto
very well. Auto sucks.
Oh, good.
Because he's a computer and can only be so good.
Possible limits.
What else?
Class lights work now.
Weather. There's weather.
There's weather. That's the biggest one, I think, is they've added weather, like working weather, and
Oh,
so like
really?
if it's raining, you'll get less traction, or if it's snowing, you'll get less traction, and snow accumulates on the ground. So if you play in
Jillies, I may
Selkirk,
actually be able to buy it next week. By the way.
sick. So if you play in like Selkirk, for example, it will snow, and snow will look like accumulate, and it won't
Oh,
just
that's
like look like
awesome.
it's snowing. It won't look like it's snowing, like in trains where the ground is still green,
Does
but
snow,
it's
wait,
snowing.
wait. Did I hear you right? Snow actually accumulates on the ground.
Accumulates, yeah.
Dude, that's the fucking.
So if it
epic.
snows
That's
for a while,
fucking
the
epic.
ground will all turn white.
I need to get stuck in snow on Donner Pass in Run 8.
Well, we are getting Donner Pass, and I'll get to that in a minute. But
Diana Ball explosion.
it also like created auto hump, so you don't have to sit there and spend 4 hours humping Barstow Yard anymore.
You know what? You know what
Crazy.
Donner Pass means? The fact that we're getting that means that we're getting Roseville, baby. That's gonna be sick.
That is actually
And those are some of the. So you can also like if you, they made it also so you can like lose control. So if you have a DPU, you can lose contact with your DPU.
Oh God.
So, like, let's say you're going through a tunnel, you can lose
Uh-oh.
contact with your DPU. So,
Notch down.
So it won't
So,
notch down, or
yeah.
like, or it'll just fucking notch up to 8 and
it'll
freak
notch
out.
down. So after 10 seconds, the DPU no comm light will show. And then for 5 minutes, it will just continue to operate at its last known setting. After 5 minutes, it will dump your train. Not dump your train. It will notch down. It was just a lot of quality of life updates. I can
Wait
tell
until
you.
PTC gets thrown into Run 8, dude.
They also kind of stuck with an era. So one of the biggest complaints that was being made was that
There's no Steam. Yeah, I know.
well, no, I mean yeah, but no. You can also add custom spawn points now. Train spawning got a huge new update. Like basically, the game was completely reworked. Also, you can change numbers now.
Which also makes sense why it took so them fucking.
Yeah, it makes a lot of
I'd
sense.
like to
why
go
it
back to
took so long.
podcasts from like 2 or 3 years ago when Agility's was like, "Man, it's never coming. We're never getting V3."
Yeah, we were like, I really remember a podcast where it's like, I think.
But then it released, and there's
What they need
like
to do is
like
at least tell us shit.
the important change. Well, they are now. Now that it's out there, like there's like 4 or 5 new content packs are confirmed in the works.
Excellent.
There's
Shocking. That's
like
$300 more we're gonna.
but the
Damn it.
V3, yeah, no kidding. Well, look, I think the car packs are only like $5. They're $10.
And I just
Which
want
isn't
more route. I
awful.
mean, you know me.
There-
I'm
oh,
gonna say
oh.
my favorite words.
Route.
I want a dispatch. Like, I just want the whole route.
Get the
I wish
damn game, brother.
I wish I could just buy just the dispatching screen for $20 or something. You know?
The
Run
important
8
changes
Dispatch edition.
Exactly.
for context. The important changes document is 11 pages long,
Holy Moses.
and it's 11 full pages of bullet points. And so they also, on the note of routes, we have a few new routes that are confirmed. Basically, We know we're getting UP Fresno in the not too far off future and I'm actually just gonna boot it up and show you because I have it and I want to show you guys.
Take a screenshot.
We
and
know
I'll be able to show them.
we're getting UP Fresno in the not too distant future because the way they did it. So what they did was they expanded on the UP. Yeah, you've seen this. You know what I'm talking about. They expanded around, like, so we have the BNSF Fresno sub or Bakersfield sub, which goes all the way up to Fresno. So we're as far north as
line, but
we have the UP line crosses over it, and
it's also only like a mile and a half away from it.
They're not far apart. They run parallel, so they just went with the BNSF first. But in V2 on the Fresno sub, they only had like a little bit. They have some of it around Fresno because they crossed. There's a diamond at Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
But in V3, they've added like a good 10 miles to it, so it still doesn't connect. It's still not there, but you can like actually simulate AI trains on it now. And they left a little Easter egg. Oh my gosh! And of course, I spawned in a game where it's flipping raining, so I can't get a screenshot. Go away, rain.
Rain, go away.
But like,
so this is up by,
it's
and
funny.
this is up by Fresno Yard. So this is UP Fresno that they've just kind of left it here as we want you to know that we're making this. It's just there.
It's a giant rail trail.
It makes me think of trains.
Like when not everything's loaded in yet.
So we know that it's coming. We also that's what she said. Bruh. We also know that we're getting new hopper packs soon, and I don't feel like digging through the chat to find them because I sent pictures, but I don't feel like digging through the chat. So, but just know they're coming. That's Autoflood 2s. We're getting Autoflood 2s. And then they're working on new Dash 9s because we got a new locomotive finally. We got one Dash 9, and they're coming out with more so that we can have more Dash 9s. But, yeah. So.
Are the auto flood hoppers the ones that like modern day trains use?
Yeah, they're like the super. Like, here we go. I found it.
Like when did Bethgons get phased out, or did they?
There's still Bethgons being used. There's a mixture of Bethgons and Autoflood 2s and Autofloods.
I mean, they look the same.
They do look the same, but they're different. These are the Autoflood 2s, and so the guy that's making these is Jason Webb, and he went from being, I've started 3D modeling these to they're in the game in a week.
Wow. Damn, I wish that could happen in other games.
Cough, cough.
So now that V3 and the big huge updates out, we know that they're gonna start making a lot of content again. They've already told us they're making content, and I suspect
the studios page right now. Bro.
I just want pipe gons. Do they have pipe gons?
We have pipe gons. We do have pipe gons.
I'm definitely buying Run 8 then.
Hold on, I will find you pipe gun.
You don't need to find me pipe gun.
No, I want to find you pipe gun.
All right, well let's
some free GP40s.
Take a step away from this for a bit. I want to see all the stuff that you've posted, Dean. But I just want to give a quick update, which is that I am definitely joining the old Warwick Grange. I'm going to become a member. I hopefully will become the secretary, so I can do the meeting minutes and things like that, because I did that during our test meeting, or whatever you want to call it, where I went in just as a nobody and experienced what the Grange was like. And I'm going to do that and hopefully support them, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the status quo and keep the PN, etc. Meanwhile, the MBTA is doing dumb stuff. They're retiring the trolley buses in favor of battery buses, which is stupid because trolley buses are good.
Trolley buses are cool.
They are really cool. At the same time, I get it, because every time they have to do anything, they have to shut down the trolley buses because they need to like relocate wires and stuff like that. I get it. It's a pain in the neck. But I wish they had used battery buses on other things first, like so that they could supplant some diesel buses, etc. Because this isn't really making a carbon difference. It's not more or less polluting than the trolley buses are. It's just replacing one kind of electric bus with another. And I do have a note here about their budget, which is that they are shifting some money around. They're actually going to use $500 million on a bunch of stuff, including $70 million worth of projects and stations and stuff. Mostly just a lot of a big backlog of maintenance stuff that they need to touch on, but that's going to be down in the cargoes as well. I just wanted to give my Grange update because I'm looking forward to being a part of that.
Looking forward for you to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yes, we can keep the PN around, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Although I did hear that, I think I mentioned this last time, but to my knowledge, if the Grange goes under, the Province Northern gets the first like dibs on buying the building. But I'm not sure the PN is in a position to do that. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's a good question. We do pay most of the bills,
I would
so
hope.
I don't know.
I would assume that they probably sell it to you for fairly cheap.
I guess one would hope. Anyway, Dean, what have you been making?
My biggest project so far in Gary's Mod has just been making this Chevy Blazer that you can see.
Oh, okay.
With the,
I couldn't see the whole thing, and it looked like you were making a Reliant Robin. I couldn't see the front wheel in the thumbnail.
No, it's there.
Is that what is the three-wheeled thing?
Yeah, the Reliant Robin has three wheels.
Yeah, but I've been just
I like
running
that
trains.
F40.
The F40, yeah, that's mine. I made that.
It needs a stripe down the side though. It's too gray.
Yeah, I debated whether or not to have a white side sill, and I just decided not to. But yeah, it is too bland without it. But those coaches I put together a couple weeks ago. I've been just
Nice.
running trains. And just,
I have my
getting
Metro
fixed.
train. I haven't run that in a while.
You should do a Gary's Mod. You guys should do like a Gary's Mod operating session and put it on the community channel. Which, speaking of which, I wanted to say thanks to Agilius for putting his stream of the Diamond on the community channel while he was seeding his Run 8 server. That was very.
I'm gonna have to do it again too because it didn't seed correctly because it stopped spawning AI trains because I forgot to turn up the max AI train counter. So I have to do it again.
Oh no. Anyway, I wanted to say about this F40 for a second. If we're talking about it, it looks almost like what a Gilson Eastern F40 would look like. It just needs some yellow.
Do you want to have a big Run 8 date on Saturday?
A Run 8 date? I mean, I'd go on a regular date with you, but sure.
Okay.
Okay.
A room, you two.
Like, because I'm probably gonna get Run 8 this upcoming Friday.
Hell yeah, dude.
Anyway, so you were saying, Dean.
I was saying, some of these pictures, the trains just like they aren't mine. I've just been taking pictures. Those switcher units, those are running a new propulsion system that I don't know if it's due to be out soon-ish. There are, from what I know, there are still a number of bugs to work out, but it works all right.
But like a new train propulsion system?
Yeah, it's basically like
RLC gamma squared quantum cubed.
V3.
Sure, I guess. V3, sure. We call it V3. But the IW train, that's the IWR train. That's actually quite the other side because the guy who owns that, he hasn't been around. Like last time I saw him on, maybe like a year ago.
You know,
maybe longer.
What's the amazing thing to me about Chima train building and stuff like that is that, for the most part, everyone's putting together their own stuff, and everyone's stuff is unique to them, and
there are no standards.
You don't, just like Dean said, if somebody has something that's particularly iconic, but they're the only one that has it because they made it, and they stop playing, suddenly that thing is gone. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. You know?
Yeah.
Unless they handed out copies of it or whatever. And that's crazy to think about. Thinking about that compared to trains, where it's like, okay, somebody made this thing, and they usually will have posted it up somewhere, and a bunch of people have downloaded it. Even if it's like a private thing,
I'm pretty sure that's
something
like
shared
old
around.
Gary's one too.
And also, like, trains isn't multiplayer like this. You aren't always showing off your stuff. If you make something just for you, literally no one else is going to see it. You're not going to be known by it. You're not going to be bringing it out in front of people and running it with other people. It's just like,
Right.
if you want to keep something private, nobody will know about it. And if people do know about something, it's probably out there, and it'll be out there pretty much for all time. Whereas in Gary's mod, you make something and you show it off, and you give it to nobody, and then you log off, and then it's gone. It's amazing and insane.
Yeah, and this this ironically enough Ukrainian colored
Yes,
IW unit.
there you go. We support Ukraine.
That is actually around.
Oh, there goes Dean.
Whoa. Bye, Dean.
Dean's dying.
What?
Dean is dead.
Oh.
Unless you
Well,
killed
I'm
him.
here.
I
here.
blame Shelby, actually.
Bruh. But yeah, that
Hmm.
Ukrainian colored IW unit that is around 10 years old from according to Iron.
Wow.
That might be like one
Yo,
of
did this
the
train
oldest
just
running.
dump? Did this
Gmod
train
loco-
just dump on Flagstaff?
Did it?
What? Did it?
I don't know. I heard Slack just slam hard all of a sudden.
Maybe. I mean, you would have heard the.
Did they hit
I
someone?
don't.
It also would not have surprised me. Truth be told.
Well, I don't think we've seen an accident live on the Terminus podcast before, but
It doesn't appear to be slowing down. So,
No, he probably just hit the Indy or something.
anyway.
but yeah, that
Oh,
blue
there was a tractor.
steam
in
engine
the
there?
fucking-
that was made by a Seaboard, and it is gorgeous. Oh my god, I can't describe how amazing that locomotive is. It just
It looks
it's
really
just
good.
right.
It looks like a
You
trains
look
model.
really good, Ella.
It's not. It's most of it is actually a mesh, because Chima Train Bill is not using prop to mesh, which means you can go like into a 3D modeling software like Blender
Mhm.
and then make a majority of your detail and import it into to Gmod, which some people have done.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Are you talking about this steam engine? Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
Anyway, what else do we want to touch on before we move on? We have a couple more minutes left in this section. I see some reskins of yours, Ryan. Right?
Yes. So,
Oh,
I've
it's the
been
ELO
busy.
engine.
yes, it's a new ELO engine just dropped. So I'll take it from chronological order, I suppose. Not really chronological, but I guess from the order I upload the photos. I wanted to try out an ELO steam locomotive, and my original intent was to try and do it on a Dreyfus.
Mhm.
However, I was really not up for blanking the tender at the moment, so I was like, okay.
Valid.
And I realized I just bought the Timken 1111 pack, and I was like, I mean, this thing's unique enough to warrant something unique being placed on it.
Mhm.
And turns out that a minimalist ELO design actually looks quite good on a steam locomotive.
It does
Now-
actually look
It
really
does,
cool.
yeah.
I mean, we had our conversation about the numbering, the number board. I thought it was a little bright, but I've sort of come around on it. It's the only splash of color on the entire locomotive.
Right.
And that's
I mean, I was sort of going for something like the. I was sort of going for something sort of similar to the Golden Spike Centennial Limited.
mhm. The tender is
Golden
just
Spike
absolutely
Centennial,
gorgeous,
these nuts
though.
in your
The
mouth.
tender
I
is
kind of
awesome.
agree. The tender looks fantastic, but I also agree that the number board, maybe instead of the blue, what if it might look better with the red and gold font?
I mean,
Yeah,
everyone knows that
actually,
red and gold goes good together. So
I was gonna say- Like
Oh God.
I don't know. The gold may just look
Or that.
better on the red background.
I don't know. I like it. It's not like it's bad. But anyway,
I'll probably do some alternate versions. But now, On to the real meat of the story, I suppose.
Auto train.
I've been getting big into passenger car reskins. More specifically, I have been getting big into auto train reskins, early Amtrak things, and late Rock Island and just generic things. So from chronological order, I've made a Amtrak 8-6 sleeper, which were bought specifically for use on the Broadway Limited, and then were like completely garbage, and then were cast away to the Florida trains. So that's cool. I've made a plethora of auto train domes. I've made an auto train dorm car, as well as I've done custom riveting. I've actually rivet counted, no way, on a buffet car, which I'm not proud to admit that I've rivet counted, but I think personally the rivet work actually turned out quite well on it.
Brian de Rivet Browner.
Unfortunately, I can't believe I'm actually saying that. But then the other two silver coaches is a late era Golden State Rock Island 8-6. These were, again, the Golden State was the Rock Island and Southern Pacific's joint LA to Chicago train, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And bringing that up is just a generic slumber coach, which I plan on reskinning into every railroad under the sun, because I have at this point I've sort of become bye-bye tourist railroads, hello derelict passenger trains.
Bring back the
Because I've sort of... Okay, you laugh, but I actually have, in the Bible, the first 5 years of Amtrak, I have literally all of the consist information of the National Limited.
Yes!
And boy, let me tell you, it's a joke. Did you know that Amtrak technically used heavyweight service technically used heavyweight coaches, like, in revenue service until, like, 1975?
Wow.
It was on the National Limited. They used fucking
Of course it was.
Pennsylvania Railroad steam-era RPOs.
Well, I guess PRR stuff was pretty long-lived over all generations. That's crazy.
The amount of B-60s we have left in preservation.
Yeah, tell me about it. B-60s,
I swear to God, you'll find them in anything.
B-60s are the baggage car equivalent of the, like...
E70s.
no, of the, what are those?
The CNJ commuter coach?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Boontans, but yeah, the
Yeah,
CNJ commuter coaches that are everywhere.
What, we need to create, like, the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost B-60s.
Yeah.
Lackawanna Bootans, CNJ commuter coaches. Because I swear to God, you will find all of those on any given tourist railroad between here and fucking Sacramento. Mm-hmm. I swear to God. But anyways, those I'm helping out with the new and improved Auto Train documentary. So that's sort of why I'm making all of these Auto Train reskins, because if I'm going to be quite honest, I sort of realized that you can't really criticize something without offering your help. Oh. And passenger coach reskins are kind of fun to make, so why not?
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, so that rounds out that section, unless anybody else has something else they want to touch on. Achilles, if you can toss me those links at some point, so I can put them in the cargoes, it's time to move on to...
What?
Wow, there was an attempt.
It certainly went forward.
It was Locomotive versus, but yelled from the other side of an Applebee's.
The Applebee's.
Anyway, in the one corner, we have the venerable Boston and Maine Mega Pacific. I think it's like the B4 or something.
It will get done next century, we promise.
Oh man, they seem optimistic, but they're waiting on some agreement with Steamtown right now.
Well, okay, but 3713. I swear to God.
Someday, soon, TM. In the other corner, we have the newly U.S. Sugar Company 1504, because this thing beat the hell out of 148, and I said, okay, well, we'll put it up against 3713 instead. Ryan, do you want to represent one of them?
Yes. Can I? I will gladly take for Florida for Floridian Steven. And because I know you have an affinity for 3713, I will take Mr. 1504.
Okay, and I will take 3713. This is an engine. For those who have not seen 3713 in a fight before, it's an engine that's far too big for its usefulness.
That means I'm doing the points.
Yes, please. I
relate to being far too big for my usefulness.
Bruh.
No, you're not.
Brush side. King of the brush.
Dear God. Okay, so what the hell? Okay, come on. I'm trying to track down. Oh yeah, what? Okay, you were trying to track down what? It's 1504. Okay, so you're a P5A. Okay, I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay. Which one of us do you guys think should go first?
Him, because he's not you.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I second.
If I'm remembering right, Ryan does a pretty good job of holding his own in Locomotive versus, but
I mean, here's the thing. You just gotta. I don't know. Here's the thing. I am a advanced foamer.
This isn't foaming. This is advanced.
This is advanced
fucking level foaming.
Because here's the thing. I know
news.
Random tidbits that don't help. Like, for example, apparently on the Gettysburg Railroad, Sloan Cornell's 9-year-old daughter fired 1278. Like, great. But how does that help me in normal operations of steam locomotives?
How does it help you in anything?
Exactly. So that's why I call myself an advanced foamer.
Style points.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Anyways. Shall we commence the clucking?
I want to play Space Engineers.
Bruh.
Very cool.
Just wait like an hour, okay? Just
wait a little bit.
1 minute.
Fine.
I can wait.
Okay, here we go. Satellite radio, we all got with the boom boom. Okay. Fuck. Hold on. I'm gonna find it.
it's a great way to
Oh,
start.
here it is. Here we go. This could be big. Axle loading.
Axle loading. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Bum, bum, bum.
Where is my freaking axle loading? Oh man, it's so we're this close to greatness. 68,900.
Mine. I go for the first number.
The first
right?
number, yeah, and that's imperial measurements.
58,200.
Okay, that's a massive difference. You win. Oh god, the cat just came out and took a dump. It smells.
Great start. Great start.
Amazing.
I can't reach the candle.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening in this podcast.
This is an omen. This is actually a societal commentary.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is crap. That's the commentary. Okay, anyway, you go again, Ryan.
Oh, yabba dabba doo. Okay.
Everything is shitty.
Overall wheelbase.
All right.
Engine and tender.
I probably shouldn't have played up the fact that I'm a monster. 77.58.
You're a beautiful man, Alice.
70.79.
Oh my god. That's a substantial difference. Alright, carry on.
Again, I'm the bottom of the barrel USRA creation.
I mean,
what do you expect?
I was going to say, you're not bottom of the barrel. Maybe bottom of the barrel USRA, but this thing walloped 148. Carry on.
That's fair. Okay, let's see. Shit. Hold on. I'm not gonna... I won't come in second. Oh,
nice guys
dear
finished
God.
last.
I'm not sure about this. Factor of adhesion.
Oh, that's...
Oh dear.
That is a baller thing to play on call number 3, but mine is really bad. So it was a good play. My factor of adhesion is
4.12.
Mine is 5.12. And
yeah, mine's 4.12.
Yeah, okay, that's a lot better.
Ouch.
That is mega bad.
That is real bad.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, weight on drivers divided by tractive effort. Okay.
You just got a hat trick.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. What if we do engine wheelbase?
Engine wheelbase. Okay, let me go up. Engine wheelbase, 3692.
3492.
Yep. You're so small.
That's an overkill.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Minimum weight of rail.
Yeah, that's another good one. 116.
Damn.
116 pounds.
Jesus Christ, mine's 93.
It's real
That's a
big.
killing spree.
How big do you want? They asked the builder how big do you want, or sorry, the builder asked how big do you want, and B&M says yes. And then here we are. Carry on.
Engine weight, 278,000.
Engine weight, 339,200.
So wait, who wins in that category?
You
One
do.
was the lowest, or
You
one?
do.
You do.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
lower wins all the weight stats.
Oh, that's fantastic. Shit. I'm running. I'm not gonna come in second with this. Weight on drivers. Have we done that yet?
No, we have not done that yet. Weight on drivers, 209,500.
168,000.
Oh my god, what a
Dang.
difference. Okay.
That is.
I'm running out of winnable categories.
Yeah. Be afraid.
Hold on. No. Okay, I'm not. I will not come in second. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, that's really good.
This is awful. This is awful. No. Hold on.
If I
Sure.
may,
Boiler pressure.
Boiler pressure. Let's see. I gotta scroll down to that. My boiler pressure is
I probably wouldn't play that.
260 psi. That's kind of disappointing.
Mine's 200. Yeah,
Yay!
Okay,
Not
Yeah,
disappointing.
Yeah, I knew it.
Okay.
And Ellis just got a killjoy.
Okay. So, TBA, you've been playing too much Halo. Okay, I'm gonna start off with something that could be real questionable, but
Halo's
Go
my
for it, Queen.
girlfriend.
I think I'm going for it. Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
209.49.
Yes, 285.88. Okay, so then I know where we're going from here.
Oh dear.
boy.
Evaporative
You see, this is what.
evaporative heating
Oh,
surface.
It's 3,333.
Wow. 3848. Let's do superheating surface.
Wait. Okay. 3.
Does this thing even have a superheater? Oh, it does. Thank God. 794.
966.
All of my decisions come crumbling down in a cascade of USRA machinations.
And
Oh, this is crappy.
for
Really
the
fucking
roundup
rhyme.
combined heating surface.
Where the hell is that? That is Roundup combined heating surface. What is it? 4,127.
4,814. Okay, now I need to think.
That's a
I'm
friend.
running out
That's
of
a
win-
killing spree.
This is going quite nicely.
I think there's a lot of things that are going to be winnable for me, but I'm going to start with Robert Lee Messina's power computation. Da, 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 da.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
13,340.
Oh boy. 17,394.
6.
Same as above, plus superheater percentage.
15,875.
20K 873.
Jesus Christ.
Same as above, but substitute firebox area for grade area.
57,596.
Just shy of 100K, 99,840.
You know, I'm wondering what the hell Steamtown plans on doing with
Ellis
this thing.
takes the lead.
Everything.
8 to 7.
This, based on the optimistic take from the folks at the Big E, what they would like to do is run it all over the place. They want to bring it back to Boston. So
Yes. Oh,
that
boy.
would be
Good job.
absolutely baller.
Oscar win.
Let's continue down the list here. Power L1.
17,878.
Okay, 36,423. And Power MT.
703.82.
Oh, thank goodness. Sometimes the script gets flipped on that one. 1,149.86. Okay.
That is
Very
a killing
nice.
frenzy on everything.
Okay. Now I need to figure out other things that I can win. Because,
That's 10 in a row, man.
yeah, let's do Loco Base ID. This is stupid. Why am I
Oh,
doing
dear.
this?
What? Where the hell
It's
is
the
that?
very top.
How local? What the? What? Okay. 1,417. Whatever that means.
It's just the
Oh.
number that, like, the order you were entered into the database. Why is it a stat? I don't know. It just is. I have
Damn it.
I have 131.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's real low. Okay.
Charminator.
Let's do driver diameter.
To quote
Uh-oh.
Gottfried Gort, you whore! Driver diameter 73.
80.
God damn.
Yep, there it
80
is.
Muppet.
inches. You love to see it.
Whoa.
Muppet.
I'm not doing that one. That seems like a bad idea. What are the points at TBA?
12-7 in your favor.
Okay, if I get one more here.
I've got some real style points that I can hopefully pull this off.
Oh God.
Good luck. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
What am I gonna do? Oh, let's do fuel capacity. Well, are you coal or oil?
Coal.
Okay, yeah, fuel
'Cause-
capacity.
Yeah, 'cause we're the big based coastline. What is it? Fuel capacity. What are we looking for? Water or just? Oh yeah, fuel. 16.
18 and a half. Okay, now I have enough to go to style points, and I could if I want to, but I have curiosities, which is a bad idea. You should not have
I do too.
curiosities. Let's do fluid tube length.
Okay, fluid tube length. Mine is sitting at a comfortable 18.87.
Okay,
Not bad for Leipzig.
20 even.
Oh dear.
Oof.
Let's see. Firebox area.
Come on.
Shit.
Oh, this is just a slaughter. 242.
320.
That's not even nice, Ellis.
I'm sorry.
No,
That's a
hold on.
running
Hold
riot.
on. I
Ellis is
am
a running
thoroughly
riot.
convinced. I believe in myself that I believe in 1504 that we can pull it off in the style points category.
Yeah.
I have plans.
Which
Big plans.
is why I'm trying to get as many stats in as possible. I need to extend this lead because I am afraid.
I have one.
Great area.
Great area. 66.7.
Oh, thank God. 66.9.
Oh, I could
I was
By
afraid.
that much.
I was fearful. Alright, not doing that. Alright, fine, let's get this out of the way. Attractive effort.
You okay? 40,753.
Oh, thank God.
We're that.
Oh my
weak?
God. Oh my God. Ooh. 40,000.
What did you-
40,918.
Oh dear God.
The terrible factor of
Wow.
adhesion on this thing really does a number on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, this thing does not sound like the best Steam logo. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, the higher factor of adhesion means that there's less weight on the drivers, right?
Well, a factor of adhesion of 4 is as perfect as it gets. It's the exact coefficient of steel on steel, and
Right.
it means that basically you're less likely to slip. The more,
Right.
If you go higher than that, it means you're too heavy for the amount of tractive effort you're producing, and if you go lower than that, it means you're gonna have slippy problems.
Very charming.
But oh man, I need to figure out what I'm doing from here because I'm running out of things I can confidently win.
You're leading by 10 points.
I'm leading by 10.
It's 17 to 7.
Yeah, I was
Oh
going
my
to say,
God.
like,
Well,
Ellis.
I'll do a
Ellis, take mercy.
no. But I might just do myself in tubes.
tubes.
Boobs.
A series of tubes.
Going down the tubes. 176-2.25.
Okay, thank God. Okay, we both have 2.25, so that's a wash. I have 203. That's a point for me.
Oh dear God.
I'm not gonna do flues because I don't think I'm gonna win that one. Oh man, I can't do any of the weight stuff. Can't do any of that. I don't know. Okay, yeah, you know what? We're moving on. We're going to style points. Judge's choice. What do you guys want to hear?
I want to hear
your
water
bill.
capacity.
Okay, water capacity. Mine is 12,000.
12,000 water capacity. Give me a hot second. Water
No,
capacity.
I actually won't give you a second.
Thank you. Well, our water capacity is 10,000.
Yay, another point.
Another point for Ellis.
Okay, other judge's choice.
Your bill. Your bill.
Year built 1934.
Yeah, there is.
1918.
I don't know why I was
Yeah,
hesitant
I
on
knew
that one. Why was I hesitant?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Uh,
look, Ellis, the thing is that your engine is literally one of the most modern steam engines being restored to operation in the U.S. Like, you have nothing to fear.
Oh, I have things to fear.
So Ellis just got 20 points.
Okay.
And that means
Third judge's
that
choice.
is...
I don't.
Ellis is on a rampage.
I don't have a choice. Pick for me, TBA.
I want your tender loaded weight. We didn't do that.
Tender loaded weight. Oh man, I'm gonna be
Oh.
thick.
188,000.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
188,000.
Yeah.
188? Okay.
Mine is 240,000.
And that's a killjoy for Ryan to make him have at least 8 points.
Oh man, Ryan, I am sorry. Well, I'm not, but
He's not sorry.
I
Don't
feel
fucking
that a
listen
little
to
bit.
him.
Anyway, all right. So
He does
you wanna
not
you wanna
provide.
hit me with some of those style points? You can go first.
Okay. Here's the thing, it's my second time doing this, so I have no experience on what counts as a style point or not. But I'll lead off. Firstly, my thing is registered in the historic mechanical engineering. It's a historic mechanical engineering landmark.
That is one. That is
That
pretty
is
cool.
cool. That is
That's
a
a good
valid
one.
one.
Plus, has smoke detectors.
Ooh.
Wait.
Choo-choo train time.
What 1504 does not
No,
have smoke deflectors.
you said Ellis does. You do have front cab doors though, even if they're kind of small.
This is true. Okay. I do have those. I do also have a stoker, I believe.
I'm pretty sure I do too. I would hope I do.
I would hope Ellis
Yeah, no,
has a
I do.
stoker.
I've seen them rebuilding it actually.
Okay, let's see. What else do I got? I have a white smoke box.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
let's
actually-
see. I don't
actually,
think
the
that's
thing
a
is
style
that-
point.
That's not a style
actually-
plane. I'm sorry.
No, well, the thing is that it could be because
No.
it's high visibility.
I mean,
No.
we
Never
could do
been a
just
style
paint
point.
points, but I still think I would win because I had some
Who has
pretty
white
cool
walls?
red stripes.
I mean, the thing is that in 1946, though, the Association of American Railroads actually asked railroads to paint their locomotive smoke boxes white.
I'm already giving Ellis a point for the trains model.
That's fair.
1504 also
The
has a
white
trains
wall.
model.
Yeah, they both have
The
trains.
Oh,
train
does it?
model.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? 1504 can have the white walls point. I'll be nice. I'll give him that.
Thank you.
Okay,
Because
so
it's
then,
a legit thing, and
Then
also
Ellis gets a model point if he's getting white ball point.
No, we both have a model,
Yeah.
So,
so that's a wash. I do not get a model point for that.
lame.
Ellis has Skyline casing.
I do have a Skyline
Or
casing.
assume
Well,
Power reverse,
the-
maybe?
okay,
Both have power reverse. Yeah, we both have power reverse.
Yeah, you both
that's
do.
true. We do.
So it doesn't count.
No, you know what wasn't asked?
What?
Valve gear.
Valve gear. I'm pretty sure we both have wall shirts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah.
would have been not the
Oh,
best.
hey, Amtrak Winslow.
Let's see. I'm okay. So, what can constitute for a style point?
Well, I'll show you down. I mean, did you write down
Also-
smoke deflectors? Because I've got those.
I don't
Okay.
have
You
those,
don't
but
get
but my thing is listed on the National Register of Historic Places too.
That is
Give
neat.
that.
He did 15.
Ryan has
Yeah.
No,
Mine
here's
has-
the thing. Mine is listed
Okay.
on both the Historic Mechanical Engineering Landmark as well as the National Register of Historic Places.
Yeah, you can give them both of those. It's not going to hurt me any. I have
Also,
a feed water heater.
You
Yeah,
have a
you have
feed
a
water
hat.
heater. I've got hold on. Let's see.
You haven't got much.
Yeah,
For
no,
some
here's the
reason-
thing. I tell myself that I'm gonna pull it out here, and I know I'm not. Wait, I actually have sisters though. I've got sisters though.
How many surviving sisters?
Yeah, U.S. Right Leg Pacific.
Okay.
Can Ellis have a point for the smoke deflectors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mentioned
He
that.
already had that.
Oh, I didn't actually give that. My fault.
No, that's okay. Yeah. So you have more surviving than me. So that's a point for you.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm pretty sure mine was rigged up with passenger train apparatus because it's a passenger.
Yeah, we both have train line steam.
You both are.
For sure.
Ooh,
Good. We both have comfy seats.
you have a booster.
I do have a
right?
booster. That's right. I forgot about that.
Oh dear.
I
Some
I
reason-
Did
forgot.
you maybe have a scoop?
don't think so. I don't think the B&M used scoops.
Mine has an awful OC.
For some reason, Ryan has like spoke pilot wheels. It's weird.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I have roller bearings on my tender.
You know what? I'll give Ryan a point for that because Ellis does not have spokes.
That is
We give
neat.
Ryan
I
a
don't know
point.
what's better or not, but
I mean,
Fantastic.
I'd assume the spoked wheels are slightly lighter.
that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true actually.
I have a name.
Oh yeah, you do. The
Wha-
Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! God damn it! God, you.
Hell yeah, America.
Muppet.
Ellis has at least one cross-compound air compressor, but
Oh,
it's
I'm,
like,
I'm not
on
sure
the
if this
front and
counts.
it's shielded.
I'm not sure if this counts, but when mine was donated to Park Service, it was basically restored like to operating condition when it was put into Park Service. Like they gave it a full overhaul. I'm not sure.
I mean, that's neat
Why?
enough. I mean, why not? So you could
Yeah.
run it out of the park if needed to. I don't know.
Oh. Okay, this is going to be a huge stretch.
Okay, go
But you
on.
know what? I got nothing left for it. Mine hauled the Florida Special train that had a swimming pool.
Okay, that's
Okay, I
really
think
cool.
we-
Yeah, that's
What?
that's
That is
point
actually
worthy. That's really
cool.
cool.
That's absolutely a point. Yeah.
All right.
Dude, I want to be
That
in that
is-
pool fucking sloshing around. That'd be
As
sick.
cool as that is, it's also really dumb.
No, it's awesome.
Huh?
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, see? Okay.
I wonder what it would sound like underwater.
Wait, what?
Sound amazing.
Oh, underwater on
It
the
sounded-
train? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellis has.
I thought you were asking
has a-
what would the train sound like underwater. I was
Well,
thinking-
yeah, I am asking what it would sound like underwater.
The Boston to Maine
I-
Boston Pacific off a bridge. It wasn't one of these,
God damn it! I have to know now. Like, let's go fucking throw a tarp in a gondola and fill it with water.
but
Hold on. I'm on the move.
a pipe gun.
I'm on the move.
Cool gun.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Pool gone. Yes.
Oh yeah. By the
Oh
way,
my god.
what is it? My Steam
Can we-
was one of the only to receive funding from CSX.
Can
Like,
we do
after
that in
Ross
Gary's
Rowan.
one?
That's sure. We'll give you that. He gets a point for that. I get a point for having a head and throttle, which I just noticed.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I also
Hold on.
have a mechanical lubricator, and I'm not sure if you do.
Mine. This is no style point whatsoever, but you know what? To art critics, it could be.
Oh no.
I'm missing when my locomotive was pulled off of display for the sugar train. It was missing one marker light.
No.
Still missing a marker light.
No.
It's a modern art piece.
Anyway, I think
Ryan
that's
has
it.
a-
I think we're done.
God damn it!
Wait, do
No,
you,
I might have-
Could you?
I actually have one. Ellis, your smoke box, it's got those like two giant hinges on it, so you could just
Oh, does he
unbolt
not?
the entire thing and just yeet it open.
I do see the hinges.
Ryan doesn't know.
Those are. I like how we noticed that like last episode, and I've never even thought about it
Yeah.
before.
Wait. Oh no, he doesn't have hinges on his.
Project
smoke
Return to
box.
Glory. Let's see what else did it do. Hold on. Oh yeah, actually, no. My locomotive for preservation was personally selected by the president of the fucking Atlantic coastline.
Yeah, but on the other hand, this locomotive was personally selected by F. Nelson Blount,
Yeah.
and we love him.
It's fair.
Rhode Islander, seafood
Everybody
magnate, incredibly based,
Yeah. Well, yeah, duh.
big foamer.
Uh,
All right. So the team by the points. which is what, 27 to 16, 28 to 16.
Yes.
28
20
to 16.
Well, you know what, 1504, we certainly tried, and we didn't,
You know what?
we went forward.
I avenged my son. That was the purpose of this whole thing. Which, by the way, we're running out of. We have 4 open slots for suggestions. If people in the comments have a Locomotive versus that they want to see, feel free to
I've
drop
got
it in
one.
here.
And I'm still looking for, like, Look.
What?
I'm still looking for the Battle of the Tourist Railroads. Can we get, like, an SY versus a G5?
That'd be a fun one. So that would be.
I just want a podcast to fall on April 1st, man.
Yeah, G5s are CP, right?
Damn, not this year.
Yeah, CP. Yeah, Mr.
What's
You know,
the one that exploded?
Boom!
1278
1278. Well, didn't
versus.
it-
I know it technically didn't explode, but
Yeah, 3025 and or 142.
I'm putting it as New Haven because I can.
Yeah, Battle of the Tourist Railroads.
What is this one? What is Rio Grande 3713?
It's an L105.
No, we're not doing that. Get that out of
You
here.
must.
We're not doing
You
a
must.
Pacific versus an L105. Please, God.
Why not?
Should.
Why not?
Were the,
Give me
were
one
the
valid
L105s
reason.
challengers?
Yes.
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 Oh.
That's why.
Okay,
Okay, cast your votes,
That would
fellas.
be amazing.
I'm voting for the 3713.
Hell yeah.
Same.
Same.
Yeah, good. We don't have any.
no.
We don't have any. We don't have any damn commies in here that vote against the Constitution.
Okay, but 1504 is.
Ryan, you lost, buddy.
Yeah,
sorry.
I know.
Cope.
But
I'm sorry.
I'm just. Here-
Just
Wait,
give it up. Just give it up.
1504 will return.
Okay.
I have no
Kill me.
emotional attachment to this locomotive. However, my defeat on the battlefield today will go down in history.
As
Can I
the
get
turning
water?
point.
Yes, please get water.
No.
Stop dying.
Snack break. It's a snack
Water.
break.
What is that? ACL 1504 versus
Yes.
PRR 1361. How about?
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, 1361 would actually be an okay matchup because it's. As much as I love the Pennsylvania Railroad, the K4s were kind of shit.
Yeah, no, they weren't great.
They were
They'll still beat the
abysmal.
hell out of a J3A, but against most Pacifics, they're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, also Mr. Bell Pair, and also can I just say catastrophic axle failure?
You know what?
Delicious.
I don't see what the relevance is of bringing that up. Catastrophic axle failure. I don't understand.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
3713
completely
Royale.
irrelevant.
No, we're not doing that. It took me 20
Yes.
minutes to notice you write that, but no.
I mean, okay, something interesting that you might like about, well, not like, but find interesting about 3713. When they were restoring it, or when they, well, while currently restoring it, they found the Boston and Maine to fix, like, firebox leaks and stuff. They just weld pieces of sheet metal over it.
Yeah. I saw that.
If I remember correctly,
laid eyes
it's
on that.
illegal. It's illegal.
Um,
Like, even in the steam days.
yeah, but that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Works. It works.
Yeah, it holds.
I mean, it doesn't work. But
It worked. I mean, it ran for quite a while. Ran in preservation. Oh, I didn't even bring that up. Anyway, I should have had another point there. All right, we got to move on to discussion topics when TBA comes back from his drink
Oh, I'm
break.
right here.
Oh, you're back? Okay, cool. Discussion topics. Man, I wish I had some water and also a candle because it still stinks in here.
Bro,
I'm breathing in poop fumes and I can feel it.
disgusting. Open a window.
It's
That's
cold outside.
can't.
I'm not opening a window.
okay, then don't complain
Well,
about the
it's cold
symptoms.
outside.
No, I'm complaining because I'm not Mr. Fantastic here and I can't stretch to the other side of the room. I
Get
should
air
just
freshener.
beg Gloria to come in here and clean the litter box. I should just
Text
her.
Gloria
Yeah.
to come spray air freshener
Yeah.
in the room.
Oh, that's why I didn't get it.
Is it the litter box that stinks?
Yeah, because Venkman just took a giant dump. Anyway,
What's his name?
Venkman.
Bankman.
Don't you like have a basement?
What?
Why don't you put the kitty litter in the kitty stuff in the
Because
basement?
the basement floods all the time.
Well, maybe
That's
not
it,
anymore,
and
but
those are
also
very
the most
steep
important
steps.
thing is that I would have to keep the doors to the basement open all the time, which also is not good, and would result in a cold house and a high heating bill. But we're keeping it in here so that he can get used to this room before he gets used to the rest of the house. He hardly comes out from under the couch as is, which is understandable because if you come out, if you take even the slightest step in the direction of Florida, bam, Brightline takes you out. Just like Brightline
Wow.
took out what was
Wow, that
it,
was
3 or
impressive.
4 people in the last week or so?
Nice transition, might I just
It
say.
is.
That was a weird
Listen,
transition.
I'm trying, okay? You don't need to hang a lantern on it. But
Well, no. You know what? You get the "your did it" meme that Dash posted
did it.
minutes ago. Yeah.
So Brightline hit somebody, and then within 48 hours they'd hit somebody else. Someone was in a hospital, train hit a vehicle, but we have just this compendium of Brightline articles of Brightline hitting people, of Brightline ridership going up, which is cool, which is good. Like there's a bright spark in there. Train crashes into car as driver goes around gates. That was back in December. We still have that one hanging around. Man crossing tracks killed by Brightline. This was there's no date on this article, but this is the 53rd death as of this article. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. And we even have a video of someone driving around the gates. Or, driving out, pulling out in front of the Brightline train. It's like a dash cam video, It's crazy. Yeah, Brightline's moseying along next to this intermodal train, and the intermodal train passes a crossing, and the guy just pulls out thinking that was the end of the train and gets hit by Brightline instead.
Oh, I saw that. Dude.
Yeah, it's a crazy video. And this keeps happening. It keeps happening. Yeah, it's happening like once a month they've killed people. 53 fatalities in the last couple of years is a lot.
This is why I was gonna say something on this earlier before we started.
What's that?
At some point you gotta start thinking when the people are gonna start paying more attention to the trains.
You gotta wonder when people are gonna learn. It hasn't happened yet.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. How many people is it gonna take for the Floridians to realize that maybe they should stop at the tracks?
They won't.
Something else that is interesting to note is that this is sort
They
of the
won't unless
consequences
they start,
of
policing it. But
hold on.
This
Let
is
Ryan
also-
finish what he was saying.
This is also sort of the consequence of having subpar infrastructure. Now, hold on. So the thing is that it's technically not high speed, as we know. It's higher speed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the reason why we don't see any of this in China or Japan or any place that has actually invested in their rail infrastructure is because they just don't have grade crossings. And I know with Brightline you can't do that because the whole idea is that it's high speed but with none of the cost.
Well, it's also...
But it does make...
Yeah. It's also
But it does
on
make me
FEC
wonder.
track, which is, sort of the thing. They're not spending exorbitant amounts of money to build viaducts through towns and everything because they can just do this, which, it makes... this shouldn't be a problem, right? This shouldn't be an issue that we're having. We shouldn't need to have this conversation because you think people can see a flashing red light and stop.
I mean...
Nah.
I mean,
they have somewhere to be, and they're more important.
I mean, the way to go about addressing this, unfortunately, the thing is that I don't think Florida Man will stop.
No.
I do not think Mr. Florida Man and his Army Gators will stop. But
I've seen videos of it, and I think it's just utter carelessness.
He's got somewhere to be. Yeah, unfortunately, that somewhere is the morgue.
Unfortunately, I think
incinerator.
what worries me is that I think some people with ulterior motives will start pointing at these, fatalities as reasons why not to have Brightline, which could potentially put a huge halt on any higher speed developments in the United States.
I think I think that conversation has been happening since the beginning, and it seems like everyone's sort of gotten over the fact that Brightline keeps hitting people. Because, if anything, and here's a statement from Brightline, that a driver made a, quote, dangerous choice to pull out before he got hit. It's like, yeah, no kidding. And we just have to sort of spread the word, because we're not used to having this stuff, and at least they're not used to having this stuff. You need to spread the word. You need to learn to respect the train. And that's much easier said than done. But
maybe they need to start prototyping new types of grade crossings that come up. That, maybe shit pops out of the road to prevent people from driving across.
Yeah, but then somebody who's not paying attention and is doing 70 is going to go plow first into a concrete barrier.
It's fucking on them.
Yeah, but otherwise they're going to plow first into a train. Like, what is the worst?
I mean,
if they're first of all, if they're going 70 in a residential zone, maybe there's a reason. Maybe it would be good if they fucking slammed into some shit.
You have it be like you have it pop up like you know how the old Mars rovers landed, where it was just a giant airbag, and then they hit the ground and they rolled a bunch and then they unfolded. Yeah. Have it be that, except it's the front of the concrete barrier and it just puffs up a giant airbag if you're about to hit it.
There is. I mean, the thing is that again, I'm drawing Europe and Asia to comparisons because they are sort of doing this. Again, what the alternative, unfortunately, is that we just build a bunch of overpasses for roads, which doesn't really work.
It's not going to happen. You know, it's great in theory, and it's like, well, if we had all this budget, we would be able to do that. But this is just the Florida East Coast doing a passenger train.
Nice. Heroes on Stags.
So actually, there are two things that I want to touch on here with the Florida passenger trains. Because I'm not sure how much further we can grouse on about people keep getting hit by the train. Although the FRA is, the FRA is stepping in. The FRA is putting together a meeting between Brightline, Amtrak, CSX, and Tri-Rail, which will assess efforts to deter accidents involving pedestrians and drivers at grade crossings. So maybe we'll see the zany prototype, gates with spikes that shred your tires so you can't drive over them.
Or I was thinking more along the lines of the friggin' heavy-duty barricades that are at military bases.
I mean, or just
the bollards.
Here's what you do.
Yeah, they the big yellow safety stripe bricks that just pop out of the ground.
You put people back to work by getting crossing tenders back. Somebody to stand out there.
Are you kidding me?
And because I just think about Ryan, you're talking about how other countries have quote unquote solved this problem, but then I think of the UK and they've still got tons of grade crossings in a lot of places, mostly in rural places. But
the thing is that I didn't really. Again, I drew more Asian comparisons because it's not, the UK's not. We're not nailing it either. Truth be told.
Yep. Which, comes about when you have older infrastructure that you're doing this with. And I just think about their gates. I'm sorry, I just wanted to finish this train of thought. You see my favorite railroad crossings in locomotion, which are the wooden gates that swing all the way and cover the entire road, or swing all the way to cover the tracks. And it's like, yeah, something like that could work. But you need crossing tenders.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying? I'm sorry.
What if they made those gates automatic nowadays?
And then you just get people getting hit with gates all the time, I think.
Well, I mean, maybe it would still work better than people getting hit by trains.
They're getting scooped out of the way by the gate.
I mean, it's unfortunate because, this is going to be a very hot take. I'm not sure. Well, it might be. I was going to say, I don't think we'll ever get high speed in America. At least in the near future. The Northeast Corridor does not count as high speed.
It is not high speed. It is higher-ish speed.
Yeah, high-ish speed.
Yeah, 120 mile an hour in Hartford, Connecticut for 3 minutes is not high speed. I completely agree.
Yeah, 40 miles of 150 out of the 400 on the line is not a high-speed network. Yeah. It is a medium-speed network that has higher speed sections.
Yeah.
What really it's sad because again, we are it's unfortunate because passenger trains used to be something really big here, but now they're not. And it's unfortunate because I don't think that'll really change.
It won't.
I think, especially with what we're seeing in, what is it, currently with the Gulf Coast stuff, which we'll get to soon, and the Gulf Coast stuff and the ramblings about, I think there's like a planned New England service that I've heard in the pipe somewhere. But like both of them are hitting roadblocks because it's just
Nobody wants them.
The infrastructure is not there, the safety is not there. It's a complete disaster, to be frank with you.
Yeah, it's and the public desire to allocate the funds isn't there. And it's a lot of freaking funds.
I mean, yeah, which is like it's. I won't. Again, it will always boggle me because there's always like this big everyone like you'll see this on YouTube with a bunch of urbanists. You know, just freaking electrify the freaking all of America's main lines and give Amtrak priority. It won't work like that. Like that's ungodly expensive, and no. I have problems with urbanists. If you can't tell.
And it is. We're in a world of sweeping generalizations. And I do hope that someday we get some high speed, and I think if Texas Central manages to determine if they are a railroad or not and build something, it could be a sort of like, hey, guess what? This can work. As opposed to one of those like, oh, look, they have a high speed train. That's cool, weirdos. We see more and more. We see more and more like projects and hypotheticals than we have before, and we do see more funds in that direction. And I think someday we're going to crack this nut. It's because we're not going to live in a world without high-speed trains forever, but it's going to be a long time, and it's going to be a real piecemeal sort of thing, and we have to be able to settle for good enough, as opposed to, we have to settle for evolution instead of revolution, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because
right.
when I do feel like you're right in a lot of cases where people make sweeping calls for rail reform that simply aren't going to happen, and then in the same breath pan like smaller versions of those reform as obviously as not enough, but saying that it's worthless if it's not enough, when sometimes it's just about taking one step. I mean,
what really needs to happen is that again, I'm also convinced that America necessarily doesn't require high speed. Necessarily, what we need is solid corridor service. Because at the end of the day, those are the people that's going to be using the trains the most. And at the end of the day, that's how we're going to get people back on the trains, and then we can work on our long distance services.
Yep.
Because, like, if we can secure the corridor service, then because the thing is, talking about Amtrak is a broader discussion about city infrastructure, because
dude, Metro's off the hook right now. Like, I know they're definitely getting like a really big jump in ridership.
Oh, and we even have a note here about how Brightline ridership rebounded so quickly it's exceeded expectations. And this was back in December. It's only gone up from there. People like trains. We've said that before in this podcast. People like trains.
Trains are a staple of Chicago.
Also very true. All rails lead to Chicago.
Yeah.
But you were saying, right?
As someone born in Chicago? Yeah. I do think that, corridor services, I think, like, there's been some interesting proposals here and there.
Is there an Amtrak coming? Because look at this, like, baggage dude pulling up.
There is.
Speak of the devil.
It's very late.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to do latest train on Amtrak that isn't this train.
Well, it's the latest train on Amtrak.
It is very the latest train on Amtrak. Anyway.
But the second latest train on Amtrak.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
I mean, but I also do think that there needs to be a larger push by a lot of city leaders to try and get their public transportation network up to snuff.
Yep, I agree.
What is up to snuff, though?
Well, a lot of places don't even have a single bus.
A lot of people
don't have buses.
Trains.
Buses, streetcars, trams, electric trams, trolley buses, anything of that nature will do the job.
Yeah.
But there just needs to be it.
Yeah.
And a lot of places don't have that. Because, especially, take a lot of western cities, like Los Angeles.
Well.
Los Angeles, I think some of the Arizona cities are in there, I'm not sure. But I know at least Los Angeles were designed very much with highways in mind, which we are now seeing as sort of working towards their detriment.
Yeah, and LA at least is trying. I mean, they've been working on stuff, but it's infrastructure they needed a long time ago, and had a long time ago. If Milky was here, I'm sure he would be grousing about General Motors right now. But anyway, I wanted to go on to the Gulf Coast stuff because that is very relevant. But real quick, the whole thing with Brightline, and you know what? I just wanted to tie it into the whole thing with the Miami Central station, because Amtrak's doing their first test train there today. The station has been built for like a decade, but they are running their first test train to Miami Central, which is... Or is it Miami Central? It's the airport station. It's the Miami Intermodal Center. Sorry, Miami Central is different, I think.
Intermodal Center?
It's called an intermodal center. It is a train station at the airport, basically. Miami has...
That's a great idea.
Miami has several stations, and they're all named kind of similarly, and I keep getting them confused. If East was here, he'd be able to set me straight. But the thing is, they're running this first test train there finally after 10 years. Amtrak didn't want to use it because the trains were too long on peak season. They would block a crossing. And somebody threw out the idea of, well, what if they run separate Tampa and Miami sections of the Silver services instead of what they do today? And that makes sense if you have another connection from Tampa to Miami, and Brightline is getting there. They are doing test trains on the Orlando segment, so they're on their way to Tampa. I think, and I'm no Amtrak policymaker, but I think if you get Brightline running your Tampa to Miami service via Orlando, you can then take the Silver Meteor and bring it to Orlando only, the Silver Star and bring it to Tampa only, have Brightline make that gap. Both of those services are going to be running more efficiently now, and they're both going to be a little bit shorter, because you don't have to handle passengers for both locations. And then you can use this airport station in Miami all the time. I just wanted to say there is a typical pitfall of using airport stations, which is that airports are typically far away. But for Miami, the airport is like in the middle of everything. So this is great.
I mean, it sort of reminds me of BWI in the sense that BWI is like, sort of like it's out of the way, but it's close enough to everything.
Yeah. BWI is a well-served station. Anyway, let's talk about Amtrak expansion for a minute, because we've been sitting on this Gulf Coast fiasco thing for a while, and we were just mad at Urbanists and stuff. Let's go be mad at CSX for a minute. Tell us what's going on the Gulf Coast.
Right. So the Gulf Coast project, if I remember correctly, it's essentially they want to restore the Gulf Breeze, which was one of sort of Amtrak's more lesser-known trains in the 90s. It essentially created a link throughout the South, and Amtrak wants to restore it, and for good reason, too, because with the sudden, I think it's the 2035 Connect Us plan, Amtrak Joe wants to put Amtrak everywhere, which I support. A lot of these major communities will definitely, I think, could see a lot of changes if Amtrak comes to their town. However, Mr. CSX is not having any of it.
Oh my god.
Reportedly, I remember reading about this. Among other things, CSX actually tried and sabotaged Amtrak trying to put service back there by, destroying sidings that were normally used by the 90s Gulf Breeze.
Bruh.
Yeah, no, it's been... I mean, in fairness, it's not like... Never attribute to malice what can adequately explain by stupidity. It's CSX going, well, they aren't using these anymore, so why are we keeping them here? Alright, bulldoze them.
I mean, the unfortunate thing is that... Well, okay, what boggles me is that they're all complaining about capacity issues, CSX and NS.
Yeah.
They're all complaining about that, but they are only proposing one train each day in each direction. they're not exactly proposing anything preposterous.
I
Here.
think it's. Is it? I think
Yeah,
I thought
it's
it was 2 in each direction.
Pretty sure it's 2 each
yeah,
way.
I think it's 2 each way.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because it's.
Oh, it is.
In the
I
morning.
misread.
In the morning, there's 1 trip in each direction. In the evening, there's 1 trip in each direction. I think that's what it is.
Which is not enough, but
Which is not enough, but
works.
it's better than nothing, and we need
That's
sometimes
smart.
we need to just settle. But also, CSX needs to suck it up. This sounds like I'm gonna say it. This sounds like a client side issue.
Well, okay. Also, I was just going to say this. Like, oh yeah, you're saying TVA.
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cope.
But I was going to say.
You caught me right as I was vaping.
I thought you were trying to say something.
Yeah.
No.
But I was going to say, like, this is, and the fact that like the actual cities themselves are sort of siding with the freight regulators. Like, I'm kind of baffled. It's like,
Well,
for
don't
example,
be baffled.
Mobile.
Don't be baffled. Here's why. It is so like the Port of Mobile is saying our service will be impacted this, and they're telling the government of Mobile, and they're also probably telling them with a few greenbacks.
yeah, I was
going
to say,
you know,
like,
all the people have got is votes. I mean, that doesn't help these guys that are, you know, in government right now. The Port of Mobile is like, here, you know, it will directly impact your revenue stream, whereas, you know, the people, while they may want the train, they basically they just need to get somebody in there that also wants the train, and lawmakers like that in Alabama are hard to come by.
well, it's unfortunate. Well, okay. The good news about the South is this: like historically, they're seeing industry come back, which I think is great. However, I think they're fundamentally like with all of these great strides in industry. I think they're forgetting, what can really elevate them to like an example for the rest of the states and maybe even the world. Because again, if they could reestablish rail service there, like that would be huge.
It would be. Unfortunately, it's Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't. For all the Alabama viewers, I'm sorry, but I'm not sure you're going to be a model state for anyone. However, I do wish you luck with your trade. And
I mean, it's a lovely train. They'd need to actually get on board with it.
well, I mean, we really just need the rest of the Sunset Limited back, but that's another story.
Yeah.
There
Hey,
are
Ellis,
like,
can I go finish the podcast trackside to go see Amtrak? No, I'm just kidding.
bruh. Yeah, let's do the live podcast. I would love to do another live podcast just trackside somewhere.
Do it.
I'd also like to go. Hey, O'Gillies, I'd like to visit the New Hampshire North Coast at some point. I'd like to see them. I know you already saw them,
Okay.
but like,
Well, I mean, I'll be there this summer, so
yeah.
I'm literally going to be up at that lake, so I'll be right by.
I went by Boston Sand and Gravel the other day, and I went, I'd like to see their train someday.
What if we did a podcast at like the metro along the racetrack?
That'd be cool.
Podcast will be chase train.
Wow.
Wings.
I mean, I was
Words.
what? I was born on
One
I think
morning?
it's Metro's North Line.
There's a dog on the camera
Where?
There's a dog driving that train.
taking a crap on the other side of the tracks.
God damn it.
Hold on, let's put it on the bus cam.
It's gonna get taken. God damn it! This video's gonna get taken down now.
Yeah.
I'll see it.
Hey, listen, I'd like to thank Virtual Railfan for not taking us down yet. Anyway, you were saying, Ryan, you were born one morning?
Yeah, I was born actually on what the former Chicago Northwestern. At that time, it was now it's Union Pacific. It's half owned by Union Pacific, half owned by Metra. It's the North Line, I think it is. So what? I mean, I would not be opposed to sort of watching you guys on Metra, because Metra is based, and we like Metra.
Metra is
I
good.
love
Metra
Metra.
has F40s, therefore they are good.
I love Metro. I love
Except for,
CTA.
we don't
I
talk
love
about 210.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Well, someone does.
Anyway, Dean, I wish I had caught this because that's not a discussion topic, but do your thing, because we'll get that out of the way. We'll get TBA's thing out of the way, and we'll end on the Uinta Basin. So
Whoa, I have suddenly a lot of articles about the Uinta Basin.
I
Ellis,
just-
what did you do?
because they've been piling up. So you were like, I want to do Uinta Basin, and I was like, perfect, and I just gave you all of them. But Dean, what is
Consent
the
to this.
common thread in your Tennessee stuff? If you say Tennessee, I swear to God.
Aside from the state of Tennessee, rail. Amtrak
Getting a
is
point.
proposing a route to Nashville through Chattanooga and into Atlanta. As far as I remember, uh, this grant is meant to go through into is. So let me say it again. Uh, this route is meant to be opened in around 2035, about 13 years from now, I believe.
I mean, good
No,
luck.
23. I don't know. I can't do math right now. But Nashville hasn't really been Amtrak connected since 1979, about
Wow.
like almost 50 years ago now. It's been a hot minute.
Wasn't the last train to go through Nashville the Floridian?
Yes.
The article doesn't state, but it could be. I don't know.
It was. I'm pretty sure.
I was about to say, Ryan, you were the person I was going to ask that question.
Yeah.
Considering.
Yeah, like the Floridian. Yeah, I was gonna say the Floridian seems like the train that would have done that.
Yeah.
It
So
might have been, yeah.
the thing that we could talk about this very briefly. I think we could talk about what the sort of plan is here. Okay. First of all, let's get this out of the way. It's not enough, but it's better than nothing.
So, actually, Ellis, I have a question for you. What would you classify as enough?
So I think you would love to have something that runs, firstly from Memphis to Nashville,
Yes.
to connect with this, and also it would be
Chattanooga.
So Memphis, Nashville, Chattanooga. You'd want something that goes across the state of Tennessee, and I would like to see this connect with an existing corridor on both ends, or with an existing train on both ends. I don't care if that means extending it over to Memphis, or up to Carbondale, or into wherever that stop is in the western edge of Kentucky, or into or up to Louisville, to connect with the dead end section there that is proposed. I think that I say it's not enough as just sort of a boilerplate, because that's something that, yeah, I feel like in some ways we need to be saying. But it also just feels weird that if you're in Nashville and you want to take the train somewhere, you have to go to Atlanta
You
first.
have to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going... The other thing is, if you're going to Atlanta then, where are you going from there? I mean, New Orleans on the one end, or, points northeast, so like Greensboro, Raleigh, D.C., New York. It's the opposite direction of where this thing is connecting. I think, at the very least, it needs to come out the other end and go to Memphis or tie into the city of New Orleans somewhere. Because right now it just sort of ends. It just feels like it sort of ends. I feel like it's missing something.
Yeah, like if you wanted to take the train from Nashville to Memphis, then you'd have to go through Atlanta to New Orleans and then back up to Memphis,
Right?
Which is dumb as hell.
They would put you on a throughway bus definitely, but that's that's beside the point. I'm pretty sure the throughway bus is there now, and it's probably just like contracted with Greyhound or something. So
it's probably I don't know.
I don't know who Amtrak. Well, they partner with like everybody. The throughway buses are done by all sorts of different companies, I believe. So yeah, that's why. I mean, you can say what you will about my take on it there. I think that they should be pushing for this, but having more stubs is not necessarily a bad thing, but in this case, it doesn't take you in a direction, like, where it connects to the rest of the network isn't particularly helpful, I feel.
Yeah.
And close that gap.
Now,
Make the trans Tennessee rail line.
I like
I
that.
mean, that wouldn't be that as nice as that would be, it's not likely. But we have more Nashville news.
Okay.
NTSTL 576 has met its fundraising record, or rather has set one, which is met its goal for 576.
What is 576? Is that a northern?
Northern.
It's a big
It's
old
a northern, yeah. The big boy.
What are they gonna do with this when it's done?
I have
Tennessee
no
Tennessee Central
idea.
Railroad. It's okay, actually, because I know like one of the people who's on the Tennessee Central Railroad Museum. Everyone's favorite, Brian McDonald.
McMuffin. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So, Mr. From what I understand, they're essentially going to use it on Tennessee Central excursion trains, which run on the Nashville and Eastern, which is now R.J. Corman, I'm pretty sure. They're going to use it on that. They've been running these fairly long excursions already, so I think 576 will just fit right in.
Oh, okay.
They want to do that. If I remember correctly, they have bigger ambitions to take it, because CSX is suddenly becoming chummy with every fucking steam preservation.
Hell
guys.
yeah! I mean, we'd love to see it. I just wish they would do that with Amtrak.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the thing is, yeah, I think that CSX is not opposed. I think among the railfan speculation, I do think that there is potential that 576 and 2716 could become poster boys for some sort of CSX PR thing that they're cooking up. Just a hypothesis, though. But from what I do know, they
I have hot
could
news.
try.
Pod news.
Oh.
God damn it!
Tangent moment.
Boo!
Yes.
What?
Math jokes, haha,
Where's
funny. Please carry on.
I do believe that there's a potential that they could do mainline-ish trips, but again, it'll really boil down to whether or not CSX continues on its trend and if they have an insurance company willing to play ball.
Yeah, Ross Roland
Where
does
did I
enter the
get a
chat.
point?
What?
I got a point
I
somehow.
don't remember, but I did give it to you for a good reason.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was. It was like 10 minutes ago.
But how
But
the hell
You
did I
made
get
a
a
bad
point?
joke.
Wait, what? You didn't get a point. Did you get a point? No, you didn't. No, you're fine.
According to this document, I got a
No.
point.
The down at the bottom doesn't matter yet.
Okay.
The top part matters. I haven't updated the bottom part yet.
Oh, Charminator. Okay. Good.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you if you had heard about 2716 and New England Adventures potentially.
Oh,
Which
dear God!
seems like
That is the worst decision they could have ever made. Why? Why are you sending 2716 up to New England
Why not?
on a 4-mile tourist railroad?
Gimme.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, no, here. Okay, but hold on, Ellis. You said it best in the Iron Horseman Chronicles. Long tender. What are you going to do with it? Play dinky for 4 miles with it? Like it's. Like, are you just going to have it go 4 miles and pulled back by a diesel? That's not what it's made for.
No, yeah,
And,
no, I know.
like,
I have no idea.
Also, like, again, nothing against New England. Absolutely wonderful place when it's not, like, requiring of a tetanus shot when you touch it. But,
I've never
New
been
England?
more
It's
offended by something I 100% agree with.
like, what is the, like, what brought them there? Out of all of the places, they choose New England.
It seems to be like this.
What?
It seems to have gone like this. I bet you someone knew someone, and they just sort of went, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you brought it up to our railroad? And 2716 people just went like, yeah, that would be cool. And here we are.
Here's
There's
the
been
thing.
nothing... Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is concrete. I went and talked to them at the Big E, and basically that's all that's happened. It's just everything that you're able to read in Trains magazine is all that anyone knows, including the people involved at this point. It was,
No,
hey,
that's a pressuring sign.
wouldn't it be neat if 2716 came to New England, came to the Railroad Museum in New England, and the 2716 people went, yeah, that would be pretty cool. And then there was an article about it, and here we are. Like, nothing has changed after that. There is no operating agreement. There's no, discussion of how it would be housed, what it would run, or, how it would run.
I mean, it would be, it would be cool. Like, this would become acceptable on one condition. If they dressed it up to look like a What If New Haven Berkshire.
Oh, God. No. That would be cursed. Your reskinning is coming out.
Oh, is that a chance? I'll give it a coffee feed water heater.
Oh God.
No, it's Boston, Maine.
No.
That's the Boston, Maine. No, I'm not touching that.
No, but in seriousness, I don't know. I like that CSX is getting chummy with Steam people. I like that they're, Amtrak aside, trying to be the good guys now. You know, they're like, what if I didn't? You know, what if I don't want to be bad anymore?
You don't have to be the bad guy.
Yeah. But anyway, Dean, what is this caboose? Tell me about the caboose.
Tennessee Central number 80, from one Tennessee Central caboose, is being restored. There is a $2,000 goal set, which to me is really, really low. But it is currently sat at the Southern Appalachia Railway Museum, I believe. Yes, in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which is, I believe, in East Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really being restored for more sentimental reasons.
Well, they should bring it to New England.
No.
Double head it with 27.
Yeah, there you go. double head the caboose. Exactly.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, no, CB, the red caboose. Come on.
But I don't know why they're. I mean, I get why they want to restore it, but this might just be for like a more cosmetic thing because $2,000 is way too low.
Okay, no less
It's
dose. I mean, just you know, bring it to New England. Just why not? Put a lawnmower engine in it and bring it to New England.
It's just sort of putts around and burns out the clutch.
Exactly. All right.
So
TBA. You picked a very interesting article because I have beef with this article.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
it's wrong.
It's
wrong.
I mean, it might be wrong for us, but not wrong for the Brits.
Well,
person who lives in Britain here. Let's take a look.
They're all hyped up about their first ever bio-cold train.
Yeah.
On a full size standard gauge locomotive.
Which
didn't Everett 11
exactly.
do this?
Exactly. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, I was going to say what hold on, they're not doing anything unique here. The Everett did this first, and they did it cooler too because they had the cooler locomotive.
When did they ever do it?
It was a couple years ago. Hold on. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I was going to say
dude, again, the Brits are like, ooh, we're the first ever. No, you're not.
No, they're not.
Yeah, and I bet they.
As someone who goes to school with a lot of Britons,
They have a speed record.
You laugh. You laugh, but I still have photos of when I went one night to a British club and I brought my Penn Central GP38.
Oh no!
And it overtook Flying Scotsman.
It hit all the bridges, huh?
Almost. I plan on taking my SDP 40F in the near future. I just want to see it destroy a cottage.
It just
It's
get a
Tuesday, innit?
Wait, hold on. Kevon posted a link to a Q2 that was on sale. I know what you need to get, Ryan.
No. No.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll buy a Q2 and I'll paint it Union Pacific Armor.
Oh God, no!
Yes.
Oh my God, no! Daylight scheme.
No.
Okay. Sunbeam. Come on.
Sunbeam.
Come on. A Sunbeam Q2. Come on.
Bloody Nose
No.
Q2.
Apple green.
Guys, how about I just combine all of them?
Oh.
Combine all of them.
We have a Bloody Nose Q2 after they run on Brightline. So anyway,
using its bio.
Yeah, using bio. Yeah, to get back to BioCoal. This was produced by a company called.
What is it made out of?
Home Fire Eco. I have no idea. I'm trying to read. Up to 20% of the new coal is biomass. Wait, only 20%?
That's not very groundbreaking.
I feel like that should be higher.
The special shape of the coal is to sit on the fire bars of both narrow gauge and standard gauge steam locomotive, just like traditional coal, all while being classed as smokeless and emitting up to 80% less particulate matter than traditional coal. I mean, in fairness, that's a pretty significant difference.
Electric steam engines win.
The Swiss did that, and they were really cool. Heritage Railway Association, even though this is just initial trial, significant milestone. Yeah, I don't know. It's just 20% biomass. I don't know what the other 80% is. Soylent Green.
I think that the rest would just be like traditional stuff.
Is
I
it
don't
like?
know.
I assume it's got to be like petroleum products or something. I don't know. It's got to be burnable. If it's not biomass, it's got to be something. And I doubt it's just coal that they've like ground up and glued together.
Yeah, Elmer's.
Yeah,
Elmer's. Our locomotive is fired on Elmer's.
Oh yeah, nice, clean, non-toxic emissions.
yeah.
Elmer's.
What is?
Nice, clean,
Does
non-toxic
Elmer's glue
horse.
burn?
Okay,
I don't
here's
think
the
that
thing.
does.
You
Let's
have
figure it out.
Okay, now I want to reskin a black 5 to just have the Elmer's logo on the tender.
Oh man, we're expanding your list over here, and it's not a good thing. Anyway.
What? I mean, a
Jesus
McGinnis
Christ.
2716's in the work.
Don't do that. Here's the thing. So they did a 20% biomass. As far as I can tell, the Coalition for Sustainable Rail in the U.S., working with the National Resources Research Institute of the University of Minnesota, which is in Duluth, they made a wood-based biofuel called torrefied biomass, which is, as so far as I can tell, 100% wood-based and Elmer's glue. They manufactured about 2 tons of it, shipped it to Pennsylvania, and tested it in Everett 11. This was back... When was this posted? I still can't tell. It was a couple of years ago, I think, because nobody here is wearing masks, so it's at least a couple of years ago. It burned well. It was shovelable. We found that torrefied fuel burned with plenty of heat, with minimal, if no, additional effort to shoveling coal. The fuel tends to burn quicker and hotter, resulting in a fire that tends to burn down faster, but it was easy to keep up the steam demand because it was burning hotter. So, they recorded data on 12-mile positioning move with 11. We're just talking about Everett 11 now. I'm okay with this, though.
I mean, yeah, it's Everett 11. It's, like, incredibly based.
What the heck is that noise? TBA!
Yay.
TBA!
TBA. There you go.
Okay, I don't know what
Thank
that
you.
was. Tended to burn the fuel, which is manufactured by blending polarized. Okay, so this is 50-50 torrefied biomass and PRB coal, which is another kind of thing, apparently. Tend to burn.
It's UK machinations, like nothing.
Yeah, tend to burn slower than 100% biofuel with equally little smoke. With a lower energy content, the coal tend to require more frequent shoveling than with either normal coal or the torrefied biomass. So basically, mad props to the torrefied biomass. I don't know how difficult this is to make, but for railroads that don't want to transition to oil, because there are a lot that basically the only reason that we're moving to oil in a lot of railroads, aside from burning the whole state down, like the DNS, is that coal is tough to come by. And it's not like coal itself is tough to come by, but nobody sorts their coal anymore. When you want coal in a steam locomotive, you want like fist-sized chunks that you can shovel. You don't want any coal dirt.
Dust.
Yeah.
Check.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Yes.
Check failed.
Okay.
And
I'm sure.
obviously,
Quiet.
if pieces are too big to shovel and get in the fire door, then they're useless. But
Well, I mean, you could just break up those pieces with like a hammer. or
right,
something.
but that takes work and equipment,
Fine.
especially on a large scale. And when coal was being sold for home use and for industrial use and for locomotives, as well as the host of other uses, it was basically every coal mine would sort their coal at the mine or nearby in a breaker, and that meant that locomotives, or places that ran steam locomotives, could get coal of the right size. And very few mines do that anymore because, like, 90% of coal or more is being used exclusively for power plants. And power plants don't care how big or small the chunks are. So it's cheaper for the mines to just output just whatever comes out of the ground, throw it in a hopper car, and send it off to the coal mine. And if you
Yeah, but I think there's like, I think it goes through enough processing that gets it all.
Well, yeah,
to be,
and there's also like
relatively
several
the same
different types of.
size.
There's also several different types of coal, and
right,
Well, yeah,
but
like I remember Chris talking about like pea coal or
that's
rice
exactly what I'm
coal
talking about,
and-
though. That's what I mean. The
people.
the sorry to cut you off, but that is the coal mines would sort it into all those different sizes. The pea coal is just a size of coal.
tiny little rocks.
Exactly.
And then like,
Isn't there uranium in coal?
Mm,
There.
there can be trace radioactive elements because it's just stuff that's in the ground, but not necessarily. I would think. But no, TBA, you nailed it. There used to be, and there are, all these different sizes of coal, but it's much more expensive to get coal that is sorted than it used to be. And so if you're a railroad and you want to run a locomotive where you got to shovel stuff in, you're probably going to end up with just mounds of coal dirt with some rocks in there. There are some pictures from, I think Wild had a picture of something like that that came up a while ago, and it just looked like the tender was full of dirt with some lumps in there. It's no good, and it's impossible to use in a steam locomotive because because most of it just falls straight through the grates, you know? And so it's good to have this sort of torrefied biomass, not just because coal mines are shutting down, but because even the ones that are still operating aren't providing something that a heritage railroad can necessarily use. So I'm glad to see, at the end of the day, I guess I'm glad that they're doing stuff in the UK also. Because,
well, I mean, what is it? Finding coal over here is becoming like a huge issue.
Yeah, that is true. You know, you guys have more of a problem of there are just no operating coal mines, and we have a problem of the mines that are operating aren't sorting their coal, so it's impossible to get coal of the right size to use in a steam engine. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to have to look into fuels like this. I would assume that oil firing is not particularly common in the UK.
No. You'd be. The thing is that over here, so it's interesting because go back to the U.S. and you'll find barely anyone who still worked with steam.
Mm-hmm.
Because BR was like kind of sort of they had Muppets at control. They used steam way up until like the 60s and 70s. So there are still people here who like fondly remember steam and like still have experience with steam.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fascinating.
Yeah, but you guys always had more of an abundance of coal and less of an abundance of oil, and and less of an issue with burning the whole place down. So there was many fewer pressures. So you guys are in a tighter spot than we are in terms of needing to find something that you can shovel into a firebox that works as well as coal does. So yeah, I wish them luck. But here's time for the big one, I think.
The Uinta Basin Railway.
Yeah. And all of its facets and detractors and people grousing, etc.
So fill me in, because I don't do Western roads all too well. What is the Uinta Basin? Is that where 51 worked, or is that just the Uinta Railway?
Uinta.
It's Uinta.
But also, yes, but also no. The Uinta Railway, where 51 worked, came into the basin from a different, much more impassable direction. Arguably more impassable direction.
Baxter's Pass, right?
Right. And this is, Gillies, you can take it from me
Modern
whenever you
railroad.
like. This is coming in from the
modern
west.
railroad
Yeah.
being built in from the west to haul oil out from the Uinta Basin, which is a mineral and oil-rich area. Yeah. Area in Utah that does not currently have any rail access. And the main priority is to haul out waxy crude, which is too thick to be hauled out by pipeline because it will freeze. So waxy crude is kind of not like traditional crude. Or it won't freeze, it'll solidify if you don't heat it. Keep it heated.
Interesting.
So So the way it works, if you don't keep it heated above a certain temperature, it will solidify. So it can't be held up by pipe because has to be heated. The whole pipe has to be heated. You have to keep it, certain consistency and stuff. So it just doesn't make sense to hold up by pipe.
You have to lay some hot pipe.
And it's much more energy efficient to hot out by train, and then truck. Obviously not truck, but So after a couple years of debacle, the STB just approved it this past couple months. They approved it in December. But people are not particularly, specifically environmentalists, are not particularly keen on getting it built. And I understand that argument.
You understand the leave it in the goddamn ground take.
Yeah.
Which is a reasonable take in some respects. But some of the criticisms are valid. Some of the criticisms are off their rocker. Like the people still campaigning for Tennessee Pass not to be opened because of the Uinta Basin Railway, which has nothing to do with
hauling
it.
Oil.
Yeah. It has absolutely
I've said it like 4 times. But so people like the same people who did the Tennessee Pass are now trying to block this from being built because it's a ticking carbon time bomb, and they successfully navigated the Tennessee Pass, so they're going to be formidable opponents in navigating this.
Well, the thing is, Tennessee Pass is just sort of languished because there just isn't enough.
So what's currently Tennessee Pass is currently being used only for car storage, right?
Right, and it's just the far end of it.
It's just either end, either extreme.
Well, it's also being used by the Royal Gorge Scenic and Rock and Rail, but that's also again just the far east end.
Rock and Rail, that is a name and a half.
It's a quarry.
Rock and Rail.
So the reason they don't want it is because they say all scenarios of oil trains moving through your beautiful state are bad, and that the increased traffic is going to be used to justify the reopening of Tennessee Pass, which is a complete lie. There's not going to be that much traffic, and some of the traffic's going to go west out of Utah.
Yeah.
Not all.
So
most will go east.
It's important to note that this is going to be sort of a line that extends from somewhere south of Salt Lake City. Where does it start exactly?
Oh God. It starts in a really weird spot. So it starts in the middle of a valley and then does so because of how steep it is, there's a reason it hasn't been accessed all these years is because of how ridiculously difficult it's going to be for them to navigate out of this little dimpy canyon. So it's starting if I can find it
near
the hairpin grade.
Baxter Pass.
It's starting at Cayune Canyon and splitting off. There's a little yard, goes up the side of a hill, does 2 Tehachapi loops, goes up, and then follows U.S. Route 191. And I use that term loosely, but kind of just meanders up, builds a 6-mile tunnel.
This thing's gonna look like Railroads Online right away.
It is,
yeah.
it just sort of meanders east over the line into the Uinta Basin, and ends. So it is.
The basin itself is fairly flat.
Yeah, it is a sort of it isn't a through route. It just terminates in the basin, and
Correct.
The trains would be coming out back to the main line. Which, where did you say it was? It was. What was the town that you just said? Whatever canyon.
Cayune Canyon.
Cayune. So it would come back to there, meet the main line, and then things could go west,
east or west,
or east,
but mostly east.
Which would lead it towards Tennessee Pass, but ultimately through the Moffett route and out. Yeah, so like you said, it's the same company that was working on bringing Tennessee Pass back for not freight service, really, and is also helping to develop this. So people sort of put 2 and 2 together and got 4, but the answer was 0, because these 2 projects have nothing to do with one another. And that started this whole thing. Well, it didn't start this whole thing exactly, but it's one of the things that people were harping on as to why this is a bad idea and shouldn't happen.
I mean, I suppose I should ask, how much resources are there to justify a railway?
A lot.
Railroad?
Enough.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like for how many years of operation are we talking?
2025 at a bare minimum.
25
So,
years of operation?
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. So just like 3
More
years
than
of
that.
operation?
Well, 25 to 30 years of operations.
Oh, 20. Okay, sorry. You said 20. Okay, yeah. So 25 to 30 years of operations. There's a note here that's...
Plus, in theory, the idea is they get enough... There are common carriers, so they can haul everything.
Mhm.
So the idea is also they get enough other business to justify the line staying open after, which probably won't happen, but it's possible.
Well, it could happen if, and this is the biggest if and the most ridiculous one yet, if they could tie it into the existing end of line in Craig, which would complete the original vision of the Denver and Rio Grande, right? And
Sort of.
yeah, sort of. And then allow for 2 parallel routes through or between Salt Lake City and Denver and Pueblo, respectively. Because you could have Tennessee Pass from Pueblo to Salt Lake City, and then the Moffett route and this from Denver to Salt Lake City. And they basically wouldn't touch. Like, they wouldn't... Because right now, you basically go from one to the other over the Dotsero cutoff. Because this line was never finished, and Tennessee Pass is defunct for now.
Proper.
This also runs right by... what is the little railroad out there? The electric... Is it electric? Oh, the Deseret Power Railroad.
Yeah, Desert Power.
That's also in that direction.
That starts at Dinosaur, I think.
Yeah. And...
I need to get out there.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. Yeah, I don't know. Is there still a timeline on this, or is there a timeline on this?
I want to start construction like this summer.
Oh boy. So we'll see if they end up
Like
breaking
this
ground or
year.
not. Although it
I
says
don't think very well, personally.
line is scheduled
I'm-
for 2024. But yeah, I just saw a
I'm pretty
note
sure
of...
they're starting construction just this year.
Gotcha. I saw a note of 350,000 barrels of oil a day. Up to...
Well, we're talking 6 or 7 oil trains. Not 6 or 7. Probably 3 or 4 in, 3 or 4 out.
Yeah, this...
So probably 6, 7 trains a day.
Mm-hmm. This article quotes up to 10 unit trains funneled east on the UP's former Denver and Rio Grande Western line.
It is extremely generous.
Yeah, it
I don't
is.
think
It
it'll be
is.
that
I mean,
bad.
that's a lot of train. But either way, we're going to have to see.
There's a lot of natural resources in there.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I mean, 25 years of operation for a rail line like this. That's a significant return. You got to say.
I mean, I suppose I'm not... part of me thinks, yes, this is great because jobs, but on the other hand, I'm starting to... The environmental impact, because...
I sorry to interrupt. I was just about to say that I totally agree. I don't think this railroad should be built, to put it bluntly.
Yeah, I think, like, on the one hand, yay, there's going to be jobs. On the other hand, we can't keep ruining the environment. We need to start investing in fucking renewables.
I am 100% on the keep that shit in the ground and stop hauling it out argument.
Well, here's my
absolutely
counter.
agree with that.
We use this exclusively to create bituminous pucks for use in heritage steam engines.
There's no coal.
No, I know, but you use the crude to create bituminous pucks, like the refined oil to create. It's something they've tried. It's just like it's coal-sized lumps of congealed oil, basically, and you can shovel it like coal. It's the good kind of oil firing.
I just think that we're at a point with climate change where it's a thing. Now, I will say the people behind the railroad don't necessarily agree with that.
Well, they don't care. It's,
They don't really care. They just
agree
want
or
the
not.
money. But which I think in and of itself is kind of awful. But regardless,
I mean, I would.
I think I agree with those environmentalists in the sense that the STB was far too hasty when considering the possible benefits, and I don't think this railroad should be built.
Yeah.
I mean, cool new trains, but like, climate change is a real legitimate issue, whether you like it, agree with it or not. Climate change is a real issue, and they think that one of these articles said it's going to contribute some 57 million tons of carbon dioxide a year into the environment, which is absolutely ridiculous. And
part of me would say
53 millions of tons. Oh,
what?
So just construction would produce 53 million tons of carbon dioxide, which is roughly the equivalent of 6 coal-powered electrical plants.
Wow.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I feel like, more than anything, this battle needs to be fought on the other side, where we try to curb the demand more than the supply. Because at the end of the day, let them build their railroad and employ people, and then when it's built, it ends up being useless, which is sort of my best estimate as to what will happen here, considering how fast the world is changing and how long it takes to build something like this. If I had to put money anywhere, it's that this will start construction, and it either will never finish because it becomes obsolete before it's done, or it does get finished and it never
obsolete within 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it never realizes its full
what it was meant to
capacity
do.
because the demand just isn't there anymore.
I mean, yeah, it's a damn shame. Like, I mean, and then you couldn't really run it for. Could you run it for? Is that area particularly scenic?
It's very scenic. It is extremely scenic. Being scenic is not an issue. That area is gorgeous.
They just need to tie it in. They need to tie it in at Craig, and then you can have more trains between Salt Lake City and Denver. You have one train that does that. You reroute the Zephyr over that, and then you bring in another train that goes Salt Lake City to Pueblo and beyond over the other route, and boom, you're done. And then you create a pre-planned mega city in the Uinta Basin, because you've got all that space.
Good idea.
You just build a utopia out there. And what else are you going to do with it?
That's valid, actually.
If only getting water wasn't a problem. It's not known for a place that has not known as being a place that has a lot of water. Famously, the Uinta had to bring their own.
5 water tenders.
Exactly. Anyway.
Maybe that's what they do, bro. They just ship water out to that town by the train.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
like how Key West did it.
I mean, at that point, you're better off probably having a pipe. But,
If you guys hooray, I can go see Amtrak later.
Train good, pipe bad. Speaking of which, yeah, let's start to wrap this up. I need to go and do something before this ends off, because I have a huge maintenance of way thing to sort of announce. But does anybody else have any other advertisements, etc.?
I do
support Track 29 Trains. We're making content, and we'd love to see you there.
Okay.
Don't support Track 29 Trains. Support Track 27 Trains. We're better. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a joke, Ryan.
I promise I will make stuff for the community channel. I promise.
Hey, if you want to, be my guest. Hold on, let me do this. Save projects. Where's my project? Oh wait, that's not my project. That's saved projects of other people's that I have saved. Okay, I guess I'm gonna hit this button. I'm ready to launch. Your launch date and determine your end date and time. You have 30 days to raise this much money. If you launch now, you'll have until Thursday, March 29th at 4:15 p.m. Funding is all or nothing. You must complete your project and fulfill each reward.
Complete your money.
And Launch project.
Dodge.
There we go. The
Dodge.
Locomotive versus the trading card game, batch 1, on sale now. So, go and get it.
You think I can convince my girlfriend to play with me?
Maybe. Hold on, I'm just going to throw this in the cargoes. Trading cards. I'll just put it under trading cards. Oh wait.
I love how this was sort of created because I posted a picture of a Steamtown trade of of the Steamtown trading card.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a Track 29 link?
Yeah, I put it in termination.
Oh, in the okay.
Yeah, I put it in termination. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, so Track 29. Did anybody else have anything else? Man, I'm so like apprehensive about this. This is, oh boy.
The cursed plow.
Curse.
First cock.
Okay.
Huh?
Let's do a second latest train on Amtrak because we know what the latest train is.
I'm gonna go with the westbound southwest. No, I'm just kidding.
Your chum.
I'm gonna go with the northbound Crescent.
Northbound Crescent. Okay.
I'll take one of the builders, please.
Okay. They'll be given a builder. TBA, Dean?
I want to say number 4.
Number 4, okay. Dean?
What are the usual culprits?
That's a question for you.
I'm trying to think.
Actually, yeah, the city of New Orleans might be a good choice because aren't Chargers entering service on them?
City of New
They're
Orleans is not
always-
running right now. Not running today.
Oh god. Oh, that's right. It's tri-weekly, isn't it?
Second off, that's always on time.
No, it's not.
It's always been on time.
No, it's not.
My experience.
It's the late Orleans.
Have you ever heard of a little thing called Katrina?
Bruh.
Ouch.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh Sidon, king of the brushing.
Bruh moment. That's a point, bruh.
I'd probably say
Your mom.
That's a point.
Coast Starlight.
Coast Starlight. Okay, you will be given a Coast Starlight, which we will start with, actually. The Coast Starlight to Seattle is 30 minutes late. There's another one that's 17 minutes late and another one that's on time. So there you go. Empire Builder to Chicago is the latest one here, or the latest one here is 1 hour and 17 minutes late at Shelby, Montana. Train number 4. There's 2 of these. One of them is on time. The other one is 2 hours and 25 minutes late. And I'm not actually sure if that is the latest train on Amtrak. We will come back to it. The northbound Crescent is 1 hour and 3 minutes late. Let me just double check all the other red trains for a minute, just to make sure. Because that
Wait, well, the northbound Crescent is which one?
The northbound Crescent is train number 20. It's 1 hour and 3 minutes late. The Southwest Chief to Chicago, 2 hours and 25 minutes late. Aside from the obligatory Southwest Chief to Los Angeles, which is the latest train on Amtrak, which is 16 hours and 38 minutes late. It's approaching the camera now. That's it. That is the latest train on Amtrak. Train number 4. Congratulations, CBA.
Damn.
So let's mark that down for the ages, and I need to reorder everyone real quick. Because I was...
Okay, I'm quickly... can I quickly do my termination so I can run out and see the latest
Yeah,
Amtrak?
okay. What?
Okay, everybody buy V3. Okay, bye. Please buy 1 version 3, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. If I buy V3, Ellis has to buy V3.
No. No, negatory.
Absolutely. You want to dispatch?
I want to dispatch, but I have Railroute now. Railroute, my savior. Railroute has saved me hundreds of dollars. Anyway, let me write that down. Agilities with 2 buy run 8 V3. Who's up next? Dean.
First plow. I hate this thing so much.
Is it the BNSF plow?
Yes,
It's not. It's not. It's not cursed. It's fine. It's a normal plow.
it's cursed. It's cursed.
It's like Nemo with the small.
It's got
fin. Just don't make
Blombergs
fun
and
of it.
HGCRs on them.
Don't make fun
That's
of it.
cursed.
it's not unusual. Anyway, Ryan.
Support Track 29 trains, please, and always remember to be charming.
Okay. I would like to say buy some trading cards.
That too.
Seriously,
Trading card.
buy some trading cards. And TBA.
Have some snowy Metro Electrics. And if I buy V3, Ellis has to buy V3.
No.
Yes.
No. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank all of you guys, all my co-hosts and everything, guests, etc. I'd like to thank Stephen West for the Loco Base and being very kind to us and helping us make the trading cards. I'd like to thank Virtual Railfan for not canning us yet. And, of course, to the viewers, because we couldn't do it without you. So, we'll see you next week, or in a fortnight. Bye!
Bye bye.
Adios. See ya, friend.